The room was silent. A Korean Mafia billionaire sat in his chair, eyes closed, breathing slow. On his desk, $20,000 in cash, left wide open. This was a test. Everyone failed it, except a 7-year-old boy in yellow gloves. Han-Jun was not asleep. At 42, he ruled fear, money, and silence. Betrayal had taught him one belief: everyone steals when no one is watching. So he pretended to sleep. No guards, no consequences, just money and temptation. The maid, Imani, entered his private study, the most dangerous room in the mansion. With her was her son, Louis, 7 years old. She whispered urgently, "Don't touch anything, don't move, don't breathe loud." Then an emergency call came over her radio. She had to leave. Louis was alone, with a sleeping Mafia billionaire and $20,000 within arm's reach. If this story is already pulling you in, subscribe. Louis sat still. 30 seconds passed. Then he noticed something. The man's breathing sounded wrong, heavy, strained. Louis had heard that sound before, from his sick grandmother. Slowly, quietly, the boy stood up, not toward the money, but toward the man. The yellow gloves squeaked softly as he stepped closer. Behind closed eyelids, Han-Jun smiled inwardly. Here it comes. But the sound he expected never came. No rustle of cash, no movement of the briefcase. Instead, a small hand gently touched his arm. "Sir, are you okay?" the boy whispered. Han-Jun's mind froze. The boy adjusted the man's collar, clumsily, like fixing a blanket. "You're breathing funny," Louis whispered, "like my grandma when she was sick." Then the boy did something no one had done in 20 years. He removed one glove and pressed his palm against Han-Jun's forehead, checking for fever. The money sat untouched, ignored, forgotten. If your heart felt that moment, subscribe. Imani burst back into the room. She saw everything and panicked. She grabbed her son, shielding him with her body. "Please," she begged, "fire me, punish me, but don't hurt my child." Han-Jun opened his eyes, cold, sharp. "You touched me," he said. Then he lied. He pointed to a tiny scratch on a display case. Damage, $5,000. Imani went pale. She offered her savings, her labor, her life. Then Han-Jun turned to the boy. "And you? What do you offer?" Louis stepped forward, trembling. "I don't have money," he said softly, "but I have this." He held out a military dog tag. "My daddy's. He died when I was little. It's all I have." The room broke. Han-Jun took the dog tag, worthless metal, yet heavier than his entire empire. The test was over. "There was no damage," Han-Jun said quietly. "I lied." He gestured to the money. "I left it to see who you were." He knelt in front of the boy. "You walked past $20,000 and checked if I was sick." His voice cracked. "I believed everyone was selfish. You proved me wrong." He returned the dog tag and handed Imani a briefcase. "This is not charity. It's respect." 10 years later, Han-Jun died peacefully. At the reading of the will, powerful relatives waited greedily. They received nothing. The lawyer read the final line: "I leave my entire legitimate empire to Louis Davis, the only person who never asked for anything." Gasps filled the room. Louis stared at the framed dog tag on the wall, the moment that changed everything. Because true wealth was never money. It was character. Some fortunes are inherited, but the greatest legacies are earned. If this story stayed with you, subscribe.